Me and one other guy and the police officer were all standing here. He was watching traffic. And
Greg Barkley was the foreman on a construction job near 73rd Avenue in Bell last week when someone appeared on their job site.
I turned around and I noticed that there was looked like a homeless man. He just had sat down in the chair under the umbrella. And in my first reaction was to let him know, hey, this is a construction site, you can't be here.
Court documents say it was 29-year-old Dieter Klofkorn.
When I went up to him, he looked like it was hot. So I offered him some water instead.
The chair and the umbrella were intended for the off-duty surprise police officer who was there monitoring traffic. And Barkley says everything changed.
The guy's sitting here, and then the police officer walked right back over there to that side of the sign.
When the officer took a phone call and passed by Klofkorn.
His whole demeanor changed. His body language was different from just sitting there trying to hydrate into something else.
He says he decided to follow Klofkorn as the man moved toward the officer.
He reached down, lunged down, and reached for his waist, and I only assumed that he was going for, his sidearm. I heard the cop yell something to the effect of like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And in that time, I was right behind him. I was able to put him in a chokehold and put him to sleep, take him down to the ground.
It just so happens Barkley has spent the last 4 years training in martial arts, including Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Luckily I did, because it came into, it really worked out that day.
But there was another problem. The off-duty officer didn't have all of his gear.
The officer didn't have any handcuffs, so we had to improvise with the duct tape.
Barkley says he didn't realize until later how dangerous the situation was, especially when he heard the story of Trooper Tyler Edenhofer, who was killed last month when a suspect got hold of another trooper's gun.
I think there's a lot of guys at my company in particular that would have done the same thing. I know there's a lot of guys in the Valley that do the same thing. The bottom line is that the police officers here, they deserve a lot of gratitude. And I want them to know that I'm grateful for what they do, and they protect us, and that was one way of showing, that I appreciate it.